just an idea. It's just a passionate idea that I have. Who's filming? Am I filming? Do I need to get somebody in filming? That's the one thing that I would say that's helped me when I'm creating my magic out of anything. Okay, we are back up and running, guys. Welcome back to the Ricky2ra podcast, episode 63. Guys, got some good news for you. We've made it 3 weeks in a row, man. I've been recording for 3 weeks, man. So whoever's watching right now, come on, pat yourselves on the back, man, because you guys, well, one of you has watched. I've stayed consistent. That's the main thing. I'm happy with that. And I've got a fly in the shop as well. So if you hear some buzzing, there's just some random fly just in the shop as well. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm on a red battery today on the camera, so it could cut off. If it does, I'll have to probably record tomorrow, I'd say. But hopefully we can get this episode done today. It's quite an interesting episode because this is probably one of the most passionate ideas, and just an idea. It's just a passionate idea that I have, and I'm very passionate about this topic, and I have talked about this in the past. However, I've not really gone as deep into it as I'm going to go into this episode. So this episode will probably be a two-parter. This could be a part one. Like I said, if this just cuts off right now, don't worry, I will end up charging the battery and recording this later on in the week. But yeah, this is due to cash and carry this morning. So man did a cash and carry run this morning with the boss. So yeah, how are you all doing before we start? Are you all doing well? Are you keeping safe? I'm glad to hear that you guys are doing well wherever you are in the world, wherever you're listening to, wherever you're watching. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you sticking with me through this rebirth period of coming back onto YouTube. I like that, the rebirth period. However, the topic that I am discussing today in this episode is, drum roll please. Man's gonna have to edit in drum rolls now. It's how I create magic. Now, you're probably thinking, Ricky, how do you create magic? Well, it's an interesting topic, this, because this could be for magicians. This could just be for the casual viewer. If you're interested in creating your own thing, or just having your own style on something, it doesn't necessarily have to be magic. It could be whatever you're into, music, art, sports, whatever. But the reason why I thought of this topic to talk about here today is because I created a video which I released last Friday. It was like a mini cardistry video mashup, and I used the Kanye West Follow God music over it, and that literally was me just recording after a podcast episode. So after last week's podcast episode, I literally had a pack of cards. I've got actually another pack of cards there, because I want to film after this as well. I did start off a little bit later because I thought I could charge my battery, but anyway, you guys don't want to know that. So yeah, I filmed literally after last week's podcast episode, and I thought to myself, you know what, I'm gonna record something here. So here I am. We're gonna record something after. But the thing that I'm talking about is creating your own magic can happen in so many different ways, and it can happen all of a sudden. Meaning, last week I didn't know that I was going to create the Follow God video. I had actually the music on in my headphones, but I didn't realise that that could be for that video that I had in mind. It could have been for another video that I had in mind. It could have been for something else. However, it just so happened to fit what I was looking for. And I can literally record anything, and I probably won't even use it. This is how creation works, really. I could record something now and I probably won't even need it until next month or next year, if it fits into something. So for me, creating my own magic it's what I like to do, my own style. So I'm in the shop most of the time. So the shop is kind of like my template, right? So for me, it's how do I create magic in the shop with the items in here, and what can I do with magic, with playing cards, everyday items, what can I do to create that? So what I would do is I would get the magic that I would want. Let's say, for example, I want to do something with like a Kit Kat chocolate, and I'm like, okay, so I've got the shop here. So I'm very lucky to be in this position that I've got a shop here, right? So I've got a Kit Kat. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to make the Kit Kat appear. Am I going to open it? Am I going to take a bite and restore it? There's so many different things in Magic that you can do. So that's just one area of it. And another thing is, who's filming? Am I filming? Do I need to get somebody in filming? And what do I need to do? Do I need to create something for this? Is this something just pre-made? Does it have to have a lot of work? Is it something that I need to have weeks of preparation for? Do I need to practice it? And so on and so on. And this, guys, is going to definitely be a part 1 video. It's probably going to be a lot smaller than last week's video, because this is just the actual idea of how I create it, and I'm going to go into something else into next week for it as well. So guys, stay tuned, and if you've come this far, just like the video, subscribe, share on all podcast platforms. But yeah, that's basically what I think of. What can I do in the shop with magic, and how can I adapt that to my style? So let's say you work, I don't know, in a cafe, right? Could you possibly get footage in that cafe after hours, or during the weekend when you're not working, or during the week, or any other day, and do something with like a coffee and like make something appear or perform something? Like, there's so many ideas. So that's what I think of when I create my magic and put my own twist on it. Because necessarily in the magic world, everything is already done. You're not creating anything new. It's just your own way and your own style that you're putting on it. So yeah, so I'm jumping into different directions, guys, but this is just how creation goes. So for the Kit Kat model, let's say I've got everything down. So I've got the footage here, I'm recording in the shop, and then it's the editing process now. Do I want music over it? Do I want a backing track? Am I going to have, if there's people in it, do I need to adjust the audio? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? There's just so much into it. And yeah, it's one of them things where it's like, it has to be perfect, even though it doesn't have to be. Like, I'm very proud of myself for last week when I released the Follow God video, the little cardistry video, and I'm going to link that in the description for you guys so you know what I'm talking about. Because I recorded that 2 weeks ago. So I had a week of just editing, mashing it up together, and then the week after I released it. So that's probably one of the quickest turnarounds I've done in a video for a long time. And I only uploaded that to Instagram Reels, and I haven't uploaded on Instagram since the start of the year. So I'm very happy with myself about that, but I could have easily sat on that video for months and years if I'd wanted to. However, the thing is with creation, it just happens all of a sudden. Let's say with this Kit Kat idea that I have, let's say I've got half the idea and I just can't think of the other thing, and it's frustrating me. And what I've learned over the years is, if something's frustrating you when you're trying to create something, let it go. Just write on a piece of paper and just let it just swim away. And then all of a sudden you'll be walking one day and you'll have that light bulb moment, and then you'll come back to it. That's the one thing that I would say that's helped me when I'm creating my magic out of anything. And I did, it's funny, I met Kyle Marlett at Bradford Magic Circle. I don't know what year this was. This had to be 2016, 2017, sometime around them years. And he released a magic effect called Billfold. This is just like a very deep magician topic that I'm talking about right now, but I'm going to bring it back to you casual viewers as well. So yeah, it was a piece of magic effect, and it was turning... Was it turning like a note into sort of playing card into money, sorry, so into like a note, so like turning a playing card into like a £10 note. And I was thinking, how can I adapt that into the shop? So I created something where there was minstrels run out on the shop shelf on the sweet stand, and I went, oh, there's no minstrels, and I went, M&Ms would have to do then. And I picked up the M&Ms and I literally just did like a little magic effect and it turned into minstrels. And the cherry on top was I actually had chocolate in it, and it came out. And that idea would never have come if I didn't meet Kyle Marlett and he didn't show me that billfold effect. And I bought it off him that day at Bradford Magic Circle, and I literally just did it. I knew exactly what I was going to do. I think my sister was filming me at the time. I filmed outside the shop. I did a little B-roll in the shop, you know what I mean? If I can find that video, I will link it down below in the description as well. But what I'm saying is, creativity can take inspiration in many ways. So you can be outside for a walk and you'd look at something and go, that's pretty cool, that could be a good location to film. Or, oh, that's pretty cool that you know, somebody's wearing that, maybe I could do something with that in my video. Or it's just it could happen in so many ways. And I've got so many ideas for the shop, what I want to do with my magic. But literally, all you have to do is just have one idea. Don't overcomplicate it. The thing that I do is the KISS method. Keep it simple, silly. I know there's other like abbreviations for it, but that's what I always do. Keep it simple, silly. If I feel like I'm overcomplicating myself in an idea, I feel like I'm doing too much and it's just not working, and I need to set it to the side. Same with this Follow God video. I believe I found the audio by accident on Spotify. It just randomly came up on my playlist, and yeah, I've been sat on that song for a good like 6-7 months, even though the song's been out for ages. But yeah, literally it just came to fruition, and last couple of weeks I just put everything together for it. So yeah, guys, keep it simple. Have one idea. Take inspiration for the things that, you know, you just look around. Make some notes on your phones. I always make notes on my phones of what I want to do. Like, what oh, that's cool. Oh, there's a Ferrari across a Ferrari. You know, just random stuff. I did like a Lethal Bizzle video back in the day. 2 Chicken Nando's, Ferrari, Atari. And I made like a toy Ferrari appear. Do you know what I mean? So if you feel like you're struggling with creativity out there, watch this video again. Don't watch it once. Watch it again. And you'll see, just apply it in whatever industry you're in. And if you've got any questions about this, because I'm making this into 2 parts just because my camera battery is about to run out. But if you have any questions so far on what I've talked about, message me on Instagram at Ricky2ra, DM me, and I'll make sure to come back to you as soon as possible, or you can put it in the comments below here. But guys, I'm going to keep this episode short and simple. We're on 13 minutes and I don't want it to cut off. So I'm going to try and see if I can record something, but I highly doubt it today because my camera battery is running out. But guys, I appreciate you all. Shout outs to you all, man. Thank you so much for tuning into this short episode. But do remember, this is a part 1, and I promise you there will be a part 2 next week as well. So guys, my name is Ricky2ra. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Peace.